Welcome to today's spirituality retreat provided by my Body, Mind, and Spirit Health and Wellness brand. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your health and wellness expert. So welcome today everyone to my beach house again. We're gonna have a very nice summer beach vibe to our spirituality retreat. Now this is a special event that happens every month, twice a month, for every new and every full moon. And so today we are celebrating the full moon in Aquarius in the end of July of 2021. Now this is a very powerful full moon because this is the first of two this year. And full moons, again, are all about completions and also releasing. And there is actually a lot that's releasing for this new chapter that we've been building up, right, with these past events. I know that it seems like eternity. I keep saying that this new chapter is going to begin. The new beginning is here. And yes, we've been experiencing that new beginning. But like I mentioned in the new moon in Cancer, make sure that you watch that event. I mentioned that there was going to be like a 2-week pause, which has been these 2 weeks that just passed, that will be coming to a culmination and peak point this full moon. And that's what's just happened. There's been something that we've been doing these past 2 weeks that have just been under construction, you can say, but it's not the finale yet. Okay, there's still more to come. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of deconstruction happening in order to reconstruct again. So this can be frustrating to many who don't understand the bigger picture, but Aquarius energy is asking us to think outside the box, to helping us to think creatively and originally, because Aquarius rules originality. Aquarius rules revolutionary change, and Aquarius rules daring energy, being the rebelliousness, being a rebellion in trying unconventional methods that are going to bring you better results. Now this is very powerful because, you know, we are all undergoing our own creative inspirations at this moment. You know, ever since 2020, everybody has awakened that within them. Everybody has an artist within, so nobody's excluded from this energy. But I feel like God is wanting us to turn up the notch and wanting us to be more specific, more perfectionist, and just more meticulous with the detail. Because again, the detail in any strategy, when you're playing chess, for example, it's the minor details that you can miss that can determine whether you win or lose the game, right? And so we're needing to pay attention to that. And if you perhaps haven't mastered those skills, let's put the chess example. Let's say that you haven't mastered those winning strategies, then you're needing to go back to school. You're needing to go back to the booklet, to the instruction manual, and relearn it, restudy it, and then remaster it. So this is very, very interesting because this again ties in always perfectly with what I say in my Lightworker University events. You know, this is the rebirth year and the reawakening these next few months to the end of the year. So it's not yet, again, the actual transformation that's happened. There's needing to be a redo to all what you've been doing. And it's okay because it's going to be better in this time. And with this reawakening that's happening is what's going to help us to gracefully transition into the metamorphosis, the ultimate transformation. Come this winter, you know, winter solstice is almost officially the next year. And it's right around the corner, to be honest, right? Time flies. We're almost finishing up summer, and then comes fall. And then when comes fall is when, you know, in my journal, the rebirth, I actually channeled that it was the month of back to school. Not because children are going back to school, but literally, again, needing to go back to the chalkboard and learn a few things. Get back to rethinking your strategy because it might not work, whatever you brainstormed or hypothesized this summer, this spring, because there were missing pieces to the puzzle. Maybe things you overlooked, or maybe things that can just be done better, higher quality. So this requires a lot of patience, especially with those who want to get there yet, who want to get there but it's not time yet. You're being asked to slow down and just trust. Very powerful energy. I'm going to do an extensive oracle reading for today because I really feel like it's needed. But definitely celebrate this weekend. You know, it's lucky enough that we have the full moon on Friday. So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to celebrate, because that's what full moons are about. It's about celebration. Whatever we are completing of, you've graduated from something, or you've just completed something in your life, a project. And you're being asked to celebrate because that should be something to be proud of. And you've come a long way. And now it's like we're restarting something new. And we're fresh as well because we've taken that break, right? Like if you keep going, you need to reward yourself along your spiritual journey. Because there's lots of milestones along the journey that you can celebrate and that are celebratable. Don't be too hard on yourself and be more compassionate with your life journey, your lessons that you learn along the way, and everything that needs to transpire in order to bring you to the next phase of your life. It's just the cycles of life, right? And when we understand and accept that, everything will flow that much more gracefully. And that again is the theme of this month. It's about going with the flow, with these changes that I know have been feeling very pressuring and very much also overwhelming, because it's just so much changes out of nowhere that it really confuses you or brings you some sort of shock. And there's been an abrupt halt with this full moon in Aquarius, with whatever it is that you've been doing on this Friday. There's like a halt, so that come Monday we start afresh, anew. And so take this to heart and do a lot of inner reflection this weekend, how this applies to your life, to your goals, whatever it is you've been working on. And then shift course, because it will benefit you in the long run. So even though you might not exactly understand, when you pray to God for answers, you will be given those answers so that you can understand why, and also the bigger vision. Okay, because everything is important. So that's very interesting. Thank you, God, for giving us those messages today. Hope you're all having a beautiful day, and I hope that you enjoy today's event. Make sure that you also watch the Sambo healing session, which is at the end of this event. It's very healing for our aura. It really helps us to cleanse, detoxify, and really think clearly. Return to spiritual alignment of body, mind, and spirit. And that's what these retreats are about. I love doing these because I never know what to expect, and I come out of this feeling so much more anew, fresh, and like I just literally woke up from a long slumber and I'm like reborn again. And it's a beautiful feeling, because when you make this your habit and a bi-weekly ritual, it really will change the quality of your life, and it'll help you to keep you in balance as well, no matter outside what's happening in your life. Because life will always get in the way, but when there's a will, there's a way. So my health and wellness brand is all about this. It's about making it a part of your lifestyle, no matter what you do for a living, no matter what position you have. There's just no excuses, myself included, because I'm a self-made entrepreneur and I work all day long. There's always something to do. My brain is always working on max, because I'm always thinking of new creative things, or just thinking of what I can do to improve my brand. And my main brand at this moment is my soul coaching brand, and my health and wellness brand helps me to stay accountable, because that's also a part of who I am. So in order for me to balance all that I do, I also need to practice this myself, right? Practice what I preach. And trust me that I watch these videos and I actually do the Sambo healing session. I take the time out of my day and take a pause and just lay there in Savasana and just listen. And it really does heal me. Trust me. I also practice what I preach when it comes to holistic nutrition, my meditation series, and my yoga series. So definitely make sure that you follow my Instagram page, which is _body, mind, spirit, to get a lot of healthy educational knowledge when it comes to your wellness lifestyle. Because trust me that all of us can use some of this, and I try to be as informative as I can. I don't hold back. I don't keep secrets from you all. I share what I do and I do it too. So, and it works because it's given me the results. So I know that it can also give you the results, and that's why I do what I do. And that's why I also invest extra time to also build my health and wellness brand, body, mind, spirit. Alright, so I hope that helped all to understand. Definitely watch more of my trailers. I have videos introducing up to what I do, what that brand is about. Everything is on my website and also on my YouTube channel. Go to christianrich.com/health and wellness. Check out all my programs as well. In addition, like my herbology master course, my mindful meditation program, my science of yoga 8-week educational course, and there's just so much more coming up, such as my sacred woman healing program, which I'm so excited. I will be announcing this actually this week because it's an 8-week program, and it's gonna help us all to heal as divine feminines and also for the divine masculines, to heal yourself first and then be able to attract a sacred partnership. And when you do this with your sacred partner, this bond becomes unbreakable. It really is that powerful. I've done this program many times, but I want to make it now officially more upgraded, and I want to give it my own touch. So it's going to be very, very healing and very original and different. So stay on the lookout for that. Definitely follow me on my Instagram page. I'm always promoting there what's going on with my brand and just so much more good stuff. And that program is based on Egyptian ancient healing rituals and teachings. So everything is definitely very much ancestral based, and it's truth, and it's been revealed by God to our ancestors, which is why we are going to connect a lot with Egypt in the coming months. So I also have an Egyptian mythology class in my School of Light, which has begun, but we're going to continue more as well. My Greek mythology class also is available there. We also talk about Atlantis and the Lemurian civilizations, which are ancient civilizations, and they always come present with us when we do our spirituality retreats, because they were the ones that actually discovered crystals, and they were the ones that used and actually charged the crystals with a lot of powerful healing energy, and that's what they used, and it's why they were able to reach their highest potential, healing wise, DNA cellular wise. And you know, I always surround myself with crystals. You can see today I have an ocean crystal, and they're present with us today here. And so definitely learn more about crystals. I most likely will start to do something special about crystals, or perhaps introduce them into today's spirituality retreat. Like again, I did this in a few past ones where we chose a crystal for these next 2 weeks, which one was going to be helpful for you, or at least just use the energy of that crystal. Because if you have a clear quartz, if you're going to invest in just one good quality crystal, invest in your clear quartz, because that crystal not only charges your other crystals, but it can also transform into having the benefits of any crystal that you desire. So it can, what's that word? It can morph, it can shapeshift into whatever crystal you want it to be, even if you don't own that crystal. So that's why it's very powerful, and that's why we're actually going to bring a crystal of the day. So let me do that, and I will be right back. Alright, so I do have an extra message. You know, make sure, as always, especially more during these times, take the extra time for self-care and to prioritize your needs, your emotional needs, because that's very important. That's what does come up with the new moon in Cancer. It brought up a lot of emotions that either are unmet and unfulfilled, and now asking the question, how can we fill up our heart without depending on anybody, whether that's a partner, your friends, your family. You need to be able to be emotionally independent and fill up your own cup. Feel good by yourself. Be more lighthearted and playful with life. And I know this can be difficult, especially with people who deal with codependency, because that's a very real thing. I see people a lot fall into this trap, and that's why they can't let go of unhealthy relationships. And that's not going to help you ascend, and that's not going to help you evolve on your soul journey. So we need to be able to detach. That's definitely a huge, huge message. Detach from anything worldly, from people, from expectations, from any results, and just let it be, and let divine plan unfold naturally. And so we're literally just needing to surrender during this time and literally just go with the waves. And it's kind of like you're floating above sea level. You're floating on top of the water, the ocean water, and you're letting go of all your limbs, all sense of control, and just going with the rhythm. Wherever the sea takes you, where are you going to wake up next? And that is the message. Where do you want to wake up next? By envisioning where you want to wake up, you can actually manifest it. And the ocean waves, which is symbolic of energy, will help you through the law of attraction, help you to get you to where you want to be, which is that end destination that you have in your mind. But perhaps you don't know how to get there, right? And that's where surrendering comes in. Because the only reason we surrender is when we don't know exactly the way, or perhaps we don't have all the answers, because we never, at the heart of the core, we never will have all the answers. We get the answers in surrender moment. We get them in stillness, right? When we get revelations, let's say like in my school of light, or when in your own personal life, you get these when you're actually in a surrender state, right? It's not like you ask God, give me the answer right now, because chances are he will not give you the answer. That's not how God works. And that's not how our angels works. But they will give you signs and messages. If you've been praying for a certain answer for at least a consistent amount of time, then the angels will know that you really want to know the answer, and God as well, and then they will reveal to you when you least expect. And that's how it works, okay? So it's a little bit, unlike how people expect, right? Because sometimes if you just ask in the moment and you think you get an answer, that can actually be self-deception and just trying to tell yourself what you want to hear. And that's where people fall into the trap of making unwise decisions because they haven't waited it out. That's where being impulsive comes in. When people are impulsive with making any rash decision, that's when the repercussions come, because true wise decisions actually take time. It's not like one moment to another you just abruptly make a decision. And sometimes there are U-turns, because I know that we are all being brought to a huge detour, but it's still going to be within time, within a time frame. It's not going to be like right now, right? It's going to be perhaps like within a few days, within a few hours, you get the point. So wait it out and get confirmation of the answers that you're getting, and then at least wait for 3 confirmations. And when you know that you've gotten those 3 confirmations and you know that your intuition is correct, and of course make sure that you're always spiritually aligned and pure, so that you can get the clarity from the beginning, right? And not have to doubt yourself and overly question yourself. All right, so let's pick a crystal then to work with during these times to help us with this confusion, help us to clear our way, any obstacles or distractions that are taking up us course, whether that's just in your thoughts, in your mind, or in your actual physical reality. We need to be able to clear the clutter, literally. And that can just be your own thoughts, right? Or it can literally be in your physical space. So that's up to you to decipher what needs to be released, what needs to go, and then what you need to focus on. And stay focused on that, because that is your path, your mission, your calling, your reason for being here alive, right? So don't ever lose touch with that, because at the end of the day, that's what counts. Alright, so let us choose a crystal to work with. Maybe if we look at actually the index, that would be much easier. Interesting that I just chose altruism, which is being giving and humanitarian. So that is what Aquarius also rules. Funny, because Aquarius does rule humanitarianism. So interesting, right, how God works. Let's look up humanitarianism, altruism enhancers, crystals that can help us to enhance those abilities within us. Our higher heart chakra is really being activated. And the higher heart chakra, which is something that I will talk about in my upcoming book, is in between the heart chakra and the throat chakra. So it's about unconditional love for all living beings, for the whole world. That's very powerful energy. That's what our angels are guiding us towards. Being more giving. That's what's going to give us more joy and fulfillment. And I can't tell you, when I spend most of my time giving, I feel my best. And that is the answer for these times. How to stay grounded, how to stay feeling good is actually by giving, being of service, being on your mission. So we have the amethyst, beautiful crystal to work with. I love the amethyst. The amethyst will actually help you with this. And then we also have the black tourmaline, which is another very powerful crystal, not only for protection and helping us to relieve us of stress, but also to help us to be more altruistic. So let us read about these two crystals. So the black tourmaline protects against cell phones, radiation, electromagnetic smog, psychic attack, negative energies of all kinds basically, or any ill thoughts from other people, whatever that might be. But I'm getting the strong point that this is specifically towards radiation. People are a lot on technology these days, which actually can affect your ability to think clearly. So this is about connecting with our base chakra or the root chakra, as it grounds energy and increases physical vitality, dispersing tension and stress. Clearing negative thoughts, the black tourmaline promotes a laid-back attitude and objective neutrality with clear, rational thought processes, and it encourages a positive attitude no matter what the circumstances, and stimulates altruism and practical creativity. In healing, black tourmaline placed pointed out from the body draws off negative energy. Black tourmaline defends against debilitating diseases, strengthens the immune system, treats dyslexia and arthritis, provides pain relief, and realigns the spinal column. Wear it around your neck or place between yourself and the source of electromagnetics. So definitely work with this crystal during these times to make sure there's no interference with these revelations and inspirations that you are receiving from God. And then let's read about the amethyst. Alright, so the amethyst is an extremely powerful and protective stone with a high spiritual vibration. It guards against any psychic attack, transmuting the energy into love. Remember, psychic attacks are just like when anybody has just an anger thought towards you or anything, negative, right? But nothing to be afraid of. It's just transmuting that energy into love. It's a natural tranquilizer. Amethyst blocks geopathic stress and negative environment energies. So again, this is a lot about this environmental radiation that I'm feeling that's happening worldwide. Its serenity enhances higher states of consciousness and meditation. I love to meditate with the amethyst. Amethyst has strong healing and cleansing powers and enhances spiritual awareness. Traditionally, it was worn to prevent drunkenness and as a sobering effect on overindulgence and physical passions, supporting sobriety. So if any of you are dealing with addictions, definitely work with amethyst crystal. It overcomes addictions and blockages of all kinds. Used at a higher level, the amethyst can actually open you to another reality, a new dimensional reality. And these are these portals and gates that are definitely opening up And this is what I'm going to be talking about in my Cosmic Consciousness show. So definitely watch that show. It's free. It's provided by my School of Light, and it's just going to give you a sneak peek of what happens even more exclusive at my School of Light. It's all on my YouTube channel right now. Amethyst is extremely beneficial to the mind, calming or stimulating as appropriate. When you meditate, it turns thoughts away from the mundane into tranquility and deeper understanding. Mentally, it helps you feel less scattered, more focused, and in control of your faculties. It enhances the assimilation of new ideas and connects cause with effect. This stone facilitates the decision-making process, bringing in common sense and spiritual insights, and putting decisions and insights into practice. Mentally, it calms and synthesizes and aids the transmission of neural signals through the brain. It is helpful where insomnia is caused by an overactive mind and protects against any recurrent nightmares. Amethyst enhances your memory, improves motivation, making you more able to set realistic goals. It can help you to remember and understand dreams and facilitates the visualization process, which is what we began today, right? When you're in that ocean, visualizing where you want the waves to take you, work with the amethyst crystal. Amethyst balances out highs and lows, promoting emotional centering, which again is also what we're needing. This new one in Cancer brought so much emotions and an influx with this big wave. And now we're needing to just deal with it, right? And what do we do with all these emotions is what you're asking. Well, this full moon in Aquarius is going to help us to release the emotions that don't serve us and keep the ones that do, which are the positive ones of hope, love, joy, playfulness, lightheartedness, childlike innocence. Those are the emotions that serve us. It dispels anger, frustration, fear, rage, and anxiety, alleviating sadness and grief as well. It supports coming to terms with any losses in your life. It could be relationship losses, or it can actually be a loss of a person through death. Amethyst is one of the most spiritual stones, promoting love of the divine, giving insights into its true nature, and encouraging selflessness and spiritual wisdom. It opens intuition and enhances psychic gifts. So it can definitely help you with developing your spiritual gifts. This is an excellent stone for meditation and scrying, and can be placed on the third eye to stimulate it. Sleeping with amethyst facilitates out-of-body experiences so that you can get messages in your dreams and brings intuitive dreams. It transmutes lower energies to the higher frequencies of the spiritual and etheric realms. So how do we heal? And this is so interesting because in my Holistic Nutrition series, my latest series of lectures are on how to balance our hormones. So amethyst boosts the production of hormones and tunes the endocrine system and metabolism. It strengthens the cleansing and eliminating organs and the immune system. It's an excellent cleanser for the blood. Amethyst relieves physical, emotional, and psychological pain or stress and blocks geopathic stress. It eases headaches and releases tension. The stone reduces bruising, injuries, and swellings, and treats hearing disorders. It heals diseases of the lungs and respiratory tract, any skin conditions, cellular disorders, and diseases of the digestive tract. Remember, any disease is a lack of ease in your body, a lack of balance. It is beneficial for the intestines, regulating your flora, removing parasites, and encouraging reabsorption of water. Amethyst treats insomnia and brings about restful sleep. At a subtle level, amethyst balances and connects the physical, mental, and emotional bodies, linking them to the spiritual. It cleanses the aura and transmutes negative energy and stimulates the throat and crown chakras. It's helpful for people about to make the transition through death. Amethyst can stabilize psychiatric conditions, but should not be used in cases of paranoia or schizophrenia. So, alright, so that is the crystal for today. Let's get some tarot and let's do an oracle reading. Let's get some deeper messages, confirmations as well, from above, from our higher spirit guides and angels, thank you, God, for this full moon in Aquarius. So the crystal tarot comes up here. We have the garnet crystal, and that is a great crystal for blood purification and also for increasing vitality, passion for life, sensuality, even when it comes to partnerships. And we got the Six of Wands. So this is again about balance and harmony and being proud of what you achieve and accepting your rewards. So again, this is the celebration energy that's coming from us. Very beautiful energy. Six of Wands. This is like the victory card in the traditional tarot as well. We are victorious. We are completed again with this cycle, and it's something to be proud of. That's what I'm basically just getting for today. And let's maybe look it up. Alright, so let's continue with more oracle cards. I'm going to bring in my Sacred Rebels. Again, this is perfect for this Aquarius energy, very rebellious energy. And let's get a message from our ancestors, our spirit guides, for these next 2 weeks. Wow, and this is a beautiful sacred woman here, and she's wearing white, which is again about purification, sacredness. And it reminds me even of Mother Mary. So this is inner trust. This is again about following our compass of our soul, trusting our intuition because it is correct. Look at this, shock of the new. This is this shocking new turns, detours in our life that we are going to bring something new into form. Walking the new path. What do you feel? Again, this is about our emotions, owning our emotions. Your emotions are your treasure. They are your guiding light because they are telling you intuitively whether it's right or wrong, whether that's the way for you or not, whether that's the person for you or not. The legacy of light. This is going to bring us towards our mission. These are beautiful, powerful energies for today. This is again about also bringing creativity. If you're bored with your life, what can bring it more color? How can you do something for the world? Again, the humanitarian energy. Joy, because we do have a sun in Leo as well. This is Leo season that we're in. So this is definitely also about our happiness, our joy, and doing more of what lights our heart on fire. Artistic outlets, expression through creativity is where we can get out of anything that is perhaps dull or not giving you this meaning for life. And again, this is also about balance, a lot of self-care. Make sure that you own yourself, and then go with the flow and go against the grain. Go against the crowd, against the followers, and do your own thing. Follow your heart and be vulnerable to these changes. Be vulnerable to God's path and the instructions that He's given you. And this is this new change after the storm, right? This is a full moon in the back. We've just gone through a storm, a deconstruction. And this is only so that we can follow our own rhythm, follow our own self, discover our originality, and become in love with ourselves. That's definitely something to come about. And conscious connections. We got higher consciousness, of course, being activated. I'm seeing here like a twin energy because they look very much alike. This is the love it energy that is being also activated. Collaborative dreaming with higher beings, perhaps with your spiritual beloved. That's something that we're going to talk about in the love show. But have faith in this transition, this process that might feel alone, might feel lonely, away from perhaps partnerships. And we're just needing to surrender during this transition. The self-healing that needs to happen first, so that you can all come together in this healed, vulnerable state, forming new connections, new ways, new paths, new dreams, new plans. And that's what the energy is about. Let's get some extra messages for sure. right, so let's bring in my sacred geometry activation oracles today. Let's see what sacred geometry is basically being activated. And again, at the bottom, of course, we got the sacral chakra. That's definitely being activated. This is about creativity, sensuality, especially for the divine feminines. This is an energy for the divine feminines, healing, and perhaps realizations. Again, getting these revelations, these downloads, powerful energy. That's what it is for these cards. And also, you know, becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. This is about realizing our fullest potential. And this is a process that needs to happen and takes time, but it is happening behind the scenes. And then I also want to bring in some astrology cards. Before we get to my mermaid cards, I definitely do feel mermaids coming. Oh, and look at this. One of them definitely got bent over. And that is so strange. But look at this. We got the lunar eclipse change card. This is definitely, that's so interesting. I closed it up like this. Wow. But that is a message. Now these are not going to be so even. Second house owning. This is again financial stability, financial independence. Working on these projects in the physical realm. And this Jupiter return of benefits card. We have Jupiter in Pisces right now, which is helping us to make our creative projects give us money, give us abundance, because many people are struggling with this. Maybe friends can help, collaboration, people in your life, but these are these cycles that we're going through. And there are 7 moons here, 7 phases of the moon. Mercury retrograde in reinvention. This transformation, of course, that we are all undergoing. Mercury actually is also in Cancer, which is why our emotions are actually making us think what's going to feel good. Our emotions are a compass right now. Okay, so own your emotions, don't run away from them, and just trust your spirit that's guiding you. That is your guiding light, your emotions at these times. Right, let's bring on our Oracle of the Mermaids today. Let's bring in some mermaid energy, ocean energy. And again, look at this. We got freedom at the bottom. This is about independence and self-determination. Being your own savior, your own hero. Don't expect or wait anybody else to do this for you, because it's not going to happen. And we got the air element. And again, interesting card because this is like the Lover's card. Breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life-bringing energies. You know, this is these soulmate energies that have come into our life. And is actually helping us, maybe even rescuing us from even ourselves, but helping us deeper, on a deep level, maybe reach that independence. This is honoring the masculine. You see, the masculines want to help. The masculines actually are the strong ones at this time. I feel like it's the divine feminines that are struggling because she is the most sensitive one, and she is the feminine that holds a lot of emotions. I feel like the masculines have control of their emotions. And they're wanting to give life, literally breathe life into the feminine, because they see her struggling. And, you know, and falling in love. Wow. And interesting that the love show for July was about true love's kiss. And look at this, we got 2 kiss cards. We got falling in love here. This masculine and feminine are hugging. Kissing the divine in another, and even in yourself, finding that within yourself in spirit. And that is how we ascend into our angelic form. And just surrender to this. Maybe a lot of purification is also needed, you know, see the bubbles there. And this is what's going to bring life to you. Maybe also getting more fresh air. is going to help us to connect with the spiritual realm, the air element. Beautiful message. And I do want to bring in a few more extra cards. So I'm going to bring in a few mental health messages for this full moon in Aquarius. Alright, oh perfect. We got the Artistic Creations card. Again, this is what's going to give us peace during these times. And find your sacred temple and sanctuary. This is again also stop feeling guilty, or maybe going on a road trip, getting out of the norm, going somewhere new can also give you this peace to maybe have this sanctuary and literally have more like a vacation time, like a spa time or retreat time. It's going to help you to activate these artistic creations within. That is the message from these decks. Now, I want to get a shadow card and see perhaps what shadow might be coming up. And we got the today for tomorrow. I think this is about also learning to live in the moment. Again, we got the twins card here, but this is about living in the moment. Don't live for tomorrow. Like, don't do something tomorrow that you know you can do today, right? That's what living in the moment teaches us. That's what Paulo Coelho teaches us from The Power of Now. And it's a book that I will be bringing into my spiritual book club. I've read it before, but we're going to start the series again. And I feel like it might help us again to remind us how precious this moment is. Because many people forget in the day-to-day stresses, overwhelm, and responsibilities. And you lose focus of what's really important and what's right in front of you, right? Which is the now. So definitely keep that in mind. And let's get a zodiac oracle so that we can get more insight into the astrology for this time. And again, we got the sun in Leo at this time. We're in Leo season. This is about owning your power, empowerment, having courage, having confidence in yourself. And we also got the earth element, grounding yourself in this world, completing your mission, owning your sensuality. Because earth element is all about sensuality. That's a beautiful combination here. Fire element, bring passion into this. Your passionate artistic creations manifested into the earthly realm. Beautiful message. And finally, let's get an extra mermaids and dolphins card as a final closure, a little extra advice and guidance for this full moon in Aquarius. And right away we got worthiness. Look at this. This is about self-worth. Especially when it comes to relationships. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. Know that you deserve true love and you deserve to be loved. So just trust in this waiting period. This is a full moon right there. This is what's happening this full moon. We might feel lack of worth, but more than anything, I just feel like we feel like nobody sees our worth because we know our worth, but we feel like nobody's watching. And then this makes us feel lonely, right? Even though we know that we're never alone because we know that our spirit guides, our angels, God always surrounds us. But in the physical realm, it's pretty much like we're alone. And that can be a low feeling in a way. But I feel like we need to surrender to this and just maybe go to sleep with this and let your dreams reveal whatever needs to be revealed, because there's always a reason for everything. And look at this. In this alone time is when you're going to find your empowerment. You're more powerful than you realize. Spiritual gifts as well developing is what I'm getting. And it's safe for you to be powerful in this world during these times as a light worker, to shine your light, show the real you, reveal your inner ability. So yeah, this is a waiting period that we're in. Don't rush into action right now. Bid your time for better results. Confirmation number 3. So it's a time of rest. You've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. Maybe taking extra naps during your day can help you to maybe give you that extra energy that you need to complete your day. You know, I know a lot of us have long days, but you know that you're being helped behind the scenes. Look at this. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. And that's the key word during these times, yet. Because it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. That's what hope is about. It's about adding that yet to the end of your sentence, right? Hasn't happened yet, because you know it will happen. So break free from any mental constraints is what I'm getting. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. Remember this saying, actually this was on my podcast message yesterday in my spiritualcounseling.tv Instagram page, my daily heavenly podcast show. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Sometimes it's just a lesson. And that's okay, because you gain something from that. You gain wisdom. You gained experience. So take this for any area of your life. Whether it's a project, whether it's a partner, love, relationship, whatever it is. And so let's get started with our Sambal healing session. And let's take a deep. Okay, so I was guided to one last deck to close off today's event. So we got the Woman's Bodies, Woman's Wisdom. I love the artwork in this deck, so definitely it's going to be a great message for today. And look at this, we got partnership at the bottom. We've never gotten this card before. And this is the complete and move on. She's holding a lotus flower with all the petals already flying away. This is the completion of perhaps, and look at this, she's kind of wearing the same thing as me. This is the completion that we've reached that's now going to allow for a new partnership to come in. So let's get some extra guidance with this. Maybe nurturance and self-care as well. Flexibility within structure. Definitely an important message. And then fertility and creativity. We're birthing something new that is creative, and it's going to require partnership, lots of self-care. So let's take a look at these 3 cards then. These are the 3 cards for today. We got the partnership. Starting with the relationship with your parents, your relationships and partnerships have each contributed to who you are today. In fact, it is often through our most difficult partnerships that we are forced to tap into our true strength and power. Allow yourself to be grateful for the gifts that every relationship has provided for you. Release the ones that are no longer fulfilling while cultivating and appreciating those that work well. Celebrate every relationship that you've ever had, for better or for worse. It is our relationships that are our best teachers. You see, that's when it's going to help you to move on. And then active versus passive, fertility and creativity. Whenever you're creating anything, you must balance the act of going out into the world to make it happen with allowing what you're seeking to come to you. When it comes to conceiving a child, the sperm must swim through a series of obstacles to reach its goal, while the egg simply puts out a signal and waits. Each of these qualities is necessary to create something new. Are you balancing both? Know when to actively seek assistance and know when to listen to and heed to your own inner guidance. And then the nurturance and self-care. Flexibility within structure. Self-care requires planning and discipline, but also flexibility. Sometimes the best self-care happens when you simply let go of your planned routine and try something new or just relax. Know how to nurture yourself in both controllable and uncontrollable environments. So a beautiful message for today. And that is the conclusion for today's spirituality retreat. We're going to continue now with the Sambal, with the spiritual talk. And now we're going to continue with the Sambal healing session for a few more minutes. And we're going to be gazing at an amethyst crystal. So it's going to be very healing for us, very powerful. Lay down in Savasana as you listen to these sound frequencies and let them cleanse your aura. Let them do its purification. let them do its thing. So thank you all for joining me in today's spirituality retreat for this full moon in Aquarius. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your health and wellness expert. Again, make sure to check out my website for more information on all my resources, programs, content, christyramirez.com/health and wellness. I'll see you all next time, and namaste. Hello, welcome to today's Sambo healing session. Let us take a deep breath and just inhale very slow and exhale. Allow this healing sound frequency today to heal you from the inside out. Be vulnerable in this moment and just surrender. Accept whatever is going through your mind and allow it to just be. Just observe. No judgment, but just compassion. Try to understand what's going through your body, your emotions, your thoughts. Maybe it has a message for you. Allow this new wave today of energy to bring more stability and peace into your life. This is the ancient healing art. God and Jesus are present here today with us. Imagine this white light aura. Imagine this white light all over your aura, surrounding and encapsulating you, shielding you, but also cleansing you to return to purest of purification. As your sacred woman and sacred man, you are reinstated and rejuvenated, restored and rebirthed. Let today's sound frequency allow you to feel safe and protected in the world. Allow you to express yourself fearlessly in your ultimate creativity. Allow you to be courageous to go after your dreams and what it is that your heart really desires. Allowing your heart to be open enough to be receptive to these blessings and this abundance that God wants to bestow upon us. Let this sound frequency heal our ability to express ourselves honestly, authentically, truthfully, and as vulnerable and raw as possible. Let today's sound frequency allow you to see clearly, trust your intuition, and have a clear connection with God's guidance. And then allow yourself to be revealed with answers to your life, your purpose, your path. And let us go back now in retrospect and acknowledge all of those times that we acted out of fear. And now let's forgive ourselves and let's give ourselves a second chance to do things right, to just conquer those fears that are standing in the way of your happiness, of true love, of victory in this life. Remember that true victory and abundance is about health, wellness, love, and true joy, ultimate peace and serenity. That is the true abundance of life on earth. So after today, what can you change in your life?
the max. Envision your soul stepping out of your body for a moment and experiencing this liberation and freedom to do as you please, to go where you want to go, and to feel what is it that you want to feel. And just be in this moment for a minute. And I'm your health and wellness expert.